Hey guys, Ash here again at Flight Sim Reviews, back with another review of the 737 next generation for FSX. And just want to go ahead and go over my final thoughts and ratings with this aircraft. As far as the exterior goes, it looks really good. I'm going to go ahead and give it 3.5 out of 5 wings. The dimensions of it and the geometry of it are really good. The only problems with it are some of the light placement isn't actually where the lights are on the fuselage, and the gear animation can be kind of, very unsmooth. Other than that, it's a pretty good external model. Things like the outflow valve work, all that kind of stuff. The wings do bend from stress, stuff like that. That's all functional, but there's just some glaring problems. When you open the doors and stuff, the pins, the textures on the pins are pretty heinous looking. So 3.5 out of 5 wings on that. As far as the interior goes, I'm going to go ahead and give the interior a 3. The reason it only gets a 3 with me out of 5 is the lighting. It's just too bad. At night, the lighting to me is totally annoying. It's too bright, and the fact you can't change it is just unbelievable. I know they wanted to get this aircraft to market before the competitor did, but honestly, I think it really cost them. It's just, you want to dim it for night, you can't. You want to not have the dome light on to see certain switches, you can't. It's just a big hit against it. I hope in the future that IFly remedies this. Other than that, most of the textures are pretty good as long as you don't zoom in. It's a pretty good looking cockpit overall. It's just you don't want to get up too close to it, and you don't want to do certain things. The switches, I think, could have had a little more time done on them. They're kind of fakey looking. They don't give off that realistic, photorealistic kind of FS look. They're just kind of round. They don't really look like switches, so they don't look very authentic. Anyways, so I would go ahead and give the interior 3 out of 5 wings. As far as the avionics, 3 out of 5 wings as well. Only because some of the VNAV is a little unstable. It doesn't work sometimes. The pressurization system is totally modeled incorrectly, I can tell you that, and I'm not even a pilot. Just some of the basic things in it. I'm pretty impressed with some aspects of the avionics on it. That the FMC's kind of pretty close to the actual 3.7 FMC. What shall I say? The input methods and all that are very close, but then all of a sudden you're trying to do an altitude change on a leg, and it's not how you would do it in the Boeing. So they got like 80% with it, and then that last little 20% they just didn't squeak the realism out of it. So in startup as well, this plane just seems to use the stock FSX turbine startup programming. So no hot starts, no problems. It just fires right up. Temperature doesn't matter. It kind of loses some character when you don't have to pay attention to the EGTs when you're starting the engines. You can turn both the starters to ground and fire them both up at the same time. For a stock aircraft that would be acceptable, but for an add-on it's not acceptable to me. So 3 out of 5 wings. The flight model, I'm going to give the flight model a 4 out of 5. It doesn't do anything real screwy like I've seen some add-ons do when they stall. If you stall it, it recovers pretty well. All you got to really do is go back to neutral with the control column, and it'll recover. It just seems too stable. FSX really has a hard time trying to mimic airplanes wanting to fly, and if you're not a pilot or don't have any flight experience in the cockpit, airplanes fly, and that sounds really stupid, but airplanes have characteristics that they have inertia. They want to keep flying certain directions, and you're always kind of fighting with them on the control yoke and so on to get them to where you want the airplane to go. And this airplane, it's just dead stable unless you have a massive crosswind. And other than that, it's like flying the Cessna. And you know, I know this probably isn't the hardest aircraft in the world to fly in real life, but it's certainly not a 172, and it's just too stable. You know, you can roll it, you can yaw it really hard, and it's just, you know, you can't get it to unsettle at all. So anyways, 4 out of 5 for that. Good flight model, nothing weird. Just I feel it's a little too stable. Stability, 5 out of 5 wings. I haven't had a crash with this. I can't make it crash. You know, I've entered crazy stuff into the FMC and stuff to try and, you know, force it to crash. It's a real stable product. I have to give it to IFly that they really got this product stable out of the gate. So that's good. You shouldn't have any kinds of FSX crashes or any of that due to this add-on aircraft. I have it installed with about 10 others and it's still stable. So anyways, 5 out of 5 wings with that. And price, I'm only gonna have to give this plane a 3 out of 5 wings on the price. It's $49.99 US dollars, which is cheaper here or there depending on what the dollar's doing. But the competitor 737 from PMDG is freshly released, as you all know. I own it. It will be the next review. I do have time in it, quite a bit of time in it. That being said, this just isn't on the level, and where PMDG's is $20 more expensive, it's probably 100 times better. I mean, I'm not just saying that to exaggerate. It is a very, very impressive product. I mean, from all the systems modeling, I mean, even, you know, their product, you know, takes into account how long it takes solenoids to open on valves and everything else. I mean, this is really just a really pretty looking, you know, more somewhere in between a stock and a full-blown like PMDG, you know, type simulation. You know, somewhere between Captain Sim and stock. It's not going to blow your mind with systems management or any of that. But, you know, honestly, if you're looking for your first aircraft and you don't want to sit on the ground for 3 days reading manuals and doing tutorials and being confused out of your mind, this is probably a really, really good starter Payware aircraft if you don't own any others or you don't have an airliner. It doesn't overwhelm you. Nothing's real complicated. You know, you're not chasing errors 3 panels through the bus system. You know, in that respect, it's very nice to learn. So if you want to, you know, if you want to just pick this up to learn how to fly an airliner basically, and not get into all the systems management, and this offers some of that, but it's not. You're not going to sit on the ground with this one for 2 days. You're going to be up and flying in 30 minutes tops. So, you know, if you read the tutorial through it once. So anyways, overall, I'm going to give this product 3 out of 5 wings from Flight Sim Reviews. It's a solid product, but it really is rough around the edges. You know, you can sit in it for a long time, look around and say, wow, they did a really nice job on this, and then, you know, you look at it from one angle or you deal with the lighting, you're going, man, this is really frustrating. You know, if IFly could just fix the lighting and get the VNAV really accurate and predictive, make the FMC calculations more accurate, you know, do some of just the leg work, make some more of the switches in the cockpit functional, things of that nature, you know, they would easily have a 4.5 wings for me, and I'm sure 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5, especially for the price out of other people. But at this point, you know, it almost feels like it's still in beta, and they just needed to get it rushed out so that, you know, they could beat PMDG to the punch. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review. As I said, the big boys, PMDG's 737NG is next in the review series. I've already got a couple of them done for you guys. I'm sure half you already own it and don't care, but maybe you know, you'll find these reviews interesting. If you're wondering about systems, maybe something will get brought up you'll be interested in. And if you're on the fence about the PMDG product, I'm going to go through it like I do all the other ones. So anyways, I thank all my subscribers. If you like my videos, go ahead and subscribe, friend me. Leave a comment under the video. I appreciate it as always. You guys are why I do this. I don't do it just to hear myself talk. So anyways, I hope you guys are all having a good one, and I hope you stay tuned for more Flight Sim reviews. Thanks again, guys.